What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be doing the oil change on this 2019 Chevy Silverado. It's a 5.3 engine. First things first, you want to let it cool down. If you turn it on, let it cool down because it's going to be hot. Um, Pop the hood. Of course, you're going to need oil, oil filter, torque wrench, not necessary, but if you want to do it right, if you have one, go ahead. Oil filter wrench if you need it, and a 15mm socket. So pop up the hood. I hope you know where the latch is. Latch is right here in the middle, and you push it to the right, and then just push up. And then you want to go ahead and crack open the oil filler cap. Just crack it open. You don't want to leave it fully open so nothing goes in there. All you want is to air to go in as oil comes out, so it drains out easier. All right, so just in case you're not sure, this is your oil pan bolt. It's right behind the subframe and right next to the oil filter. And you need a 15mm socket to loosen that out. And just try not to make a mess. Of course, you need an oil pan catcher so you catch all the oil, right? And make sure it's a big one, something bigger than 5 quarts. So, because this takes 8 quarts or 7.8, I gotta double check. But yeah, put the phone down and hopefully we don't get oil all over it. So first things first, what I like doing is just cracking loose the oil filter before I get oil all over my hands and my wrenches and everything, because then it just gets harder to loosen that out. I like trying it by hand. I don't know, I just like trying a lot of things by hand, but sometimes it's too tight. So if the hand doesn't work, then we get the oil filter wrench. That's why I like doing it before I get all oiled up. Getting it slowly. And you gotta keep in mind when you put this back on, you don't want to over tighten it, because I even have a video on how to take it off, because we took it to a shop. Actually, my dad took his car to a shop, professional shop, and they over tightened the oil filter and the oil pan bolt. So yep, I had to take those out for him. So yeah, we got it cracked loose. And like I said, you could always use a wrench. I just like using my hand for them because I put it on my hand, so it should come out by hand, even though sometimes with the heat, um, they get tightened up, they get more tight. So, and the way this works, if you get one, is the more you crank it left, it's like a clamp. It squeezes the filter and helps you loosen it out. So you kind of just gotta help it a little bit at first, and then see it squeezes it and it turns out. So just crack it loose. Don't take it off yet. Remember, it's still full of oil. And then now we're gonna crack loose our oil pan bolt. Like I said, 15mm socket. And then we're gonna try not to make a mess. So, because it's kind of like a spoon on water when you wash it. If it hits the pan a certain way, you're gonna spill oil all over the place. So I'm gonna crack it loose. Same thing. And keep in mind, it might get hot or it might be hot because of the fact that the truck was on. So I let it sit for a few minutes. So what I'm gonna do, or try my best to do, is get close to it and slowly drop in the pan so I don't splash all over the place, because it does make a mess. And have some racks ready. And if you care about your driveway, your concrete a lot, just put cardboard or cover it up pretty good. And the way I do this is slowly taking it off, and until you're on the last thread, keep pressure on it, so that way you don't have oil going down your hand. I mean, you're still gonna get dirty a little bit, but if you want to wear gloves, go ahead. So I crack it loose as much as I can, keep pressure on. So we got it loose. This is how much oil I got on me, just so you know. And then put it down, and then slowly bring the pan down. That's it. Just let it drain. Trust me, if you lift this pan down on the floor and you crack it loose, it's just gonna splash all over the place. So, and just let it drain. Like I said, this pan holds 11 quarts. I just got it too because my old one cracked. So it should be enough for all this oil. So yeah, just let it drain, and then we'll come back to finish removing the oil filter. All right, so the oil is almost done draining. Just let it out as much as you can. Hopefully you're not in a rush. And before you put this back on, you want to inspect the oil ring, or oil seal, whatever you want to call it. Make sure it's not dried up or missing chunks or just cracked. You want a nice and tight seal, because that is not coming off until you do the next oil change or something's wrong. And a little tip here, since you're down here, just do a visual inspection of all the bushings and your lower control arms and all that. Because like I said, you don't usually get under here unless something goes wrong. Alrighty, so the oil's pretty much out now. It's just dripping. If you let it drip, you'll be here all night. You can put it back on, and then before you put oil back in, you could take it off again and get another 10 drops out of it if you want. Well, it's good enough. You're never gonna fully take out the oil. Just kind of wipe down around the area and then put this back in. Start it by hand. Do not use power tools on this. Please, I beg you not to use them. Just hand tight for now. Just don't forget it's hand tight, okay? Now this, we might splash a little bit, okay? So the oil filter's already cracked loose. And what we're gonna do here is, let me flip my oil pan long way so it catches most of it. So it's already loose. You want to crack it loose more and just let it basically drain out like that. Pretty much out now. You can crack it loose a little more and just try not to get as dirty. Just keep spinning and more oil comes out. There you go. And for the last of it, I'm just gonna get the towel and grab it so it doesn't slip off. And there's still oil in there, so when you flip it, make sure you're by the filter. There you go. That's it. Just minor oil, like I said. That's why you gotta have paper towels ready. Let it drain a little more, and then we'll go ahead and get a new filter. Okay, so all the oil's pretty much out now. I'm okay with that. So once again, just wipe out the area and just put the bowl back in. And then your oil filter, you get the new one. And this, I'm going with the OEM one, AC Delco PF63. When you crack it open, get some of your new oil, stick your finger in it, and just spread it around the seal. You don't want to tighten it up with the dry seal that has just been sitting on shelf. So, and then you want to just wipe out the area where the gasket it makes contact with the engine. That's fine. And then just throw it back on by hand. Okay, you're not gonna use a wrench to do this. If you want to, that's fine. Just don't kill it. Or else next time you do an oil change, you're gonna be watching my other video on how to remove a stuck oil filter. I don't mind if you watch it. It helps me out, but okay, so I'm gonna tighten it up. And if you do this with clean hands, because we didn't get super messy, you're gonna feel it tight. And then if you want to get a rag, or just something that's gonna help you out, have a little more grip, even better. And then once you wash your hands and you're all set and done, and all the oil filters in, you can drive it and get under here again if you want, and just make sure it's not leaking. So now we're gonna go ahead and tighten up our oil pan bolt. So once again, 15. So I like using just my regular ratchet, my 3H ratchet, but I'm gonna show you guys if you want to do this the right way, the dealer way, supposedly, right? It's torquing the oil pan bolt, which it calls for 18 to 20 foot-pounds. And so I have my torque wrench right here that basically is inch-pounds. So what I'm gonna do is multiply 18 by 12, and that comes out to 216 inch-pounds. So it's pretty much the same as foot-pounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my torque wrench. I'm almost there. If you got a foot-pounds torque wrench that goes under 20, go ahead. Mine, it's a big boy, so it only goes up to 25 foot-pounds. So which is why I gotta convert my my smaller one. So right here I'm at 205. I don't know if you can see there's 205. It slows down, so 0. So I'm gonna add 10. So 205 plus 10, that puts me at 215, right? And then 5 more, basically to 0 again, 220, right? So I'm gonna go back down to 11. So 220 minus 4, 216 inch-pounds. So see, I did it with my 3/8 ratchet, and it's already, I'm just gonna give it a tiny bit more. That's it. Alrighty, so new filter and the oil pan bolt is back in. Okay, so you're ready to put the new oil back in. And just in case, I know you could Google everything nowadays, everything's online, but if you don't trust it or if you want to learn how to find things, it's on your owner's manual. So it says right here, engine oil width filter on page 429. So mine is a 5.3. So flip over to the next page, 5.3 right here. So metric is 7.6 liters. English is 8 quarts. So that's it. So we need 8 quarts for this truck. So let's go ahead and put them in. So this truck calls for 0W20. So I like using Mobile One on my cars. Of course, if I don't go to the dealer, right? And I'm using the high mileage one, over 75,000 miles, just because I have 80 something thousand miles and I tow a lot. So I just, try to take care of it as much as I can. I know it needs a wash. It's super dirty in and out. So, of course, now you can fully take your cap off, and you're gonna need a funnel so we don't make a mess. So, put the funnel in, and then pour 8 quarts in it. So, one of these bottles is 5. So, I need 3 more, which I have the other bottle right there. So, let me set up the tripod and throw the oil in it. Okay, so we're about to throw the new oil back in. So the new bottle is 5 quarts. Once again, mine comes with the foil on top. Make sure you fully cut it off. You don't want any oil pieces to go in there. And just keep an eye on it. Don't throw too much in it. You gotta let air and oil get in, or else it's just gonna overflow. That's it for me. I got the new bottle. I'm just gonna throw about three in there, and then you could always just double check dipstick once the oil settles in. So I have like about 4.5 in here. So A little more. That's about 8 quarts. Double check your dipstick. And if it's good, we call it good. So oil's been sitting for a little bit. I already took the dipstick out one time. You gotta wipe out the edge of it, put it back in, and take it back out. Double check. So you can't really see it on the phone, but that's good for me. I'm covering both lines. And just in case you didn't know, this line from here to here represents 1 quart. So if your dipstick's ever right here at the very lowest, don't think your engine has no oil. It just represents 1 quart of oil. So this holds 8. So if it's at the very bottom, that means there's 7 in there. So just something for you to know. That way you don't throw 8 quarts in it when you still got 7 in there. All right, so we're good with the dipstick level. Take the funnel out. Don't forget to put your oil cap back on. And then we're gonna go ahead and reset the oil life setting on your dash. So okay, so we're gonna reset the light now. So turn it on. Make sure you got oil in it. Okay, don't forget this. And yes, my fuel light is on. So don't judge me. I was waiting for an empty tank to throw this in there. I recommend it every oil change. So when I go to the gas station, I'm gonna throw that in, and then basically fill it all the way up. So you want to go to settings, and then find your oil filter life somewhere on the scroll menu. Where's it at? 27. So I know I said 30. I went down to 27. My fault. So you want to hold, press. It says, "Are you sure you want to reset?" Yes. Boom. Back to 100. Yes, I'm low on gas. I know. So that's it, guys. That's it for this video. This is a good time to get under and then double check that you don't have any leaks on your oil filter or your oil pan bolt. Um, I know I'm good, but if you want to go under and double check, you can. Please like, subscribe, and comment, guys. It really helps out a lot. I'm trying to grow my channel. So peace out, guys.